Alright guys, going to talk about microvision here. So I had made a post on the 8th about SMA lines getting closer to the 50 crossing over the 200 on the 30-minute time frame. This is bearish, but it needs to happen before the price can push back up for that bullish crossover. Gotta love technology sometimes. Alright, so anyway, as you can see from the picture, I drew out the SMA lines approximately according to where I wanted them to go. So that a light green line is the 50-day SMA on the 30-minute chart, where that bottom dark green line is the 200-day SMA. As you can see, those lines had not yet crossed over, but they were headed that way. So my prediction was that they were going to do a bearish crossover, but that 200-day SMA would continue working its way up, and that is the reason for that is because the price was going to dip below the 200-day SMA, but it was going to work its way back up, ultimately keeping that moving average rising. And so somebody commented they wanted me to go into a little bit more detail, so I went ahead and did that as well in these posts, and we can take a look at that conversation real quick. So anyway, so the post was a limited view of the entire picture, but again, you can only fit so much into a post. First, let's get to the utilization of different time frames. The above is a 30-minute, but to come to this determination, I use the weekly, daily, 4-hour to compare and gauge what will happen. I'm not sure of your knowledge on time frames, but essentially 1 minute gives you an idea of how the 5-minute will look, the 5-minute, the 15, 15 to 30, 30 to the hour, hour to the 4-hour, 4-hour to daily. Daily to weekly, sometimes I'll throw in a monthly there as well. And if that's not quite making sense yet, it might make some more sense here in just a moment. So if you take a look at the daily chart, that's the picture of the chart here above. You can see that MACD was headed towards a crossover into red, which is a bearish indicator as well and of itself. But if you only looked at this daily chart, you could confuse this above MACD about to cross red. The current picture is real time. It already crossed at the time. Basically, this was, days after I made that call on the 8th, but it was still playing out, the way, it was expected to go. But RSI was starting to curl up as well, which is also a positive sign. So if you take a look at the 4-hour chart, the vertical lines represent about where it was when I made the call. I don't know, waste of time to make it perfect. Point being, it was curling back towards green. Then you get back to the 30-minute from earlier. The light green line is my 200-day SMA, dark green line is the 50. And I want to go back to that real quick. Look at that. And then we go back 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Look at that. That's technical analysis right there, guys. And you can learn this too. Hop in the Discord server. All this is posted in the chat for anyone to look at, view anytime, ask questions, everything like that. So essentially, keep in mind that all these will be different levels based off of different statistical calculations, depending on the candlestick's time frame. Again, the SMA and the time frames can be used the same way as predicting MACD. That's why in my picture book drawing, the guy, we were going back and forth. We had some go back and forth, and he was making fun of my lovely drawings on my charts. But I got a kick out of that. But anyway. You see me drawing out the SMA lines to play out based off of current trends, patterns, and the info above. Anytime, again, the 200 crosses the 50-day from above is bearish, 50 crossing the 200 from below is bullish. So that's why you see that line going, that light green line going down, and then that's bearish, and then going back up, that's bullish. And that above picture there, I'll just show you that real quick, just in case you missed it. These lines, so that top line going down, and that's bearish, and then when it comes back up and crosses over, that is bullish. Let's give it a better read real quick. Again, the SMA on the time frames can be used the same way predicting MACD. So you can do the SMA, MACD, RSI, all these things on the different time frames, kind of get an idea of where you're going. That's why I picked. Yeah, so that's it. Anytime the 200 crosses the 50 from above is bearish. I guess I already read this. I'm sorry, guys. This can be okay. So anyway, this can be used with all higher lower overlapping SMA lines. I also use a 5-day, 20-day for shorter term intraday movement. That's why in my picture book drawing, you see me drawing out how the SMA line should play out based off current trends, patterns, and the info above. I feel like I just read that as well. Anyway, along with VWAP, a great indicator where support will end up will be when pullback is imminent. So basically, I knew from watching charts over and over and knowing my indicators that the MACD crossing into red on daily was going to be light, not a big drop. I knew this because the 4 hours was working its way back towards green on MACD. And again, you could look at that daily chart and think it was crossing into red and that would be a bad thing. But because the 4 hour was going green, that means that in the shorter term intraday movement of the stock, MACD volume is increasing. So that means if that is increasing, ultimately, if that stays the same rate and that same pattern continues, that's going to push that into the daily chart to get those daily ticks and that daily volume bars going up a little bit higher. So all that kind of plays in together, and you got to watch that pretty carefully. To top that off, I went back and compared previous trends. So if you can see here, this is the last couple times that we hit a low from that big decline, pop back up, now hit a low again, and it's probably going to play out just exactly like that. And, of course, until we get some real news coming in. So the previous trend is further confirmed because the 4 hour chart is working on the 50-hour chart, crossing the 200 SMA. I guess I screwed up in this message. Excuse me, the 30-minute charts. Now I've screwed up in my video as well. Lovely, that's awesome. 4 hour already crossed, which again just enforces the daily will head towards a cross. I think I kind of was just explaining that a moment ago. And then, that's about it. But point being, that is a pretty accurate read on where microvision is at right now, and this is a current real-time chart, as you see in front of us, the market being open for the last 20 minutes. Microvision at 275, so we hit a little dip here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we see for today. First thing I want to note here is that we are following a pretty good support line on that healthy uptrend going up. Could have done better. Definitely getting better than that. I suck at this morning. All right, we're going to go with that. You get the idea. Anyway. So, it's staying on that uptrend, so that's good. Look at the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, going back to time frames, MACD is about to cross red. So, again, from here, I want to go to daily. Daily looks like it could be going red as well, because that, MACD bar right there, you see that slight increase, so volume is definitely decreasing. Let's see. You got the weekly. Weekly doesn't give you much of a good picture on this one. Back to our 30-minute time frame. Got rejected hard. This bounce right there. Okay, the only thing I'm seeing that's really positive this morning is that RSI is really oversold on 30 minutes. So that's always really, good to see. Let's see how oversold it is on 15. It's oversold on 15 as well. If I had to guess the market, I haven't even looked at it, I would say the market's not doing good this morning. Let's jump over and take a look at the Dow. Down 158 points. Oh, yep. It did not quite catch support and bounce. The market ultimately, this is Dow Jones. Should catch support eventually. It's falling knife right now. But once it does, it should work its way back up into the higher 33,000 ranges, and that should push microvision up just by itself alone. So that little dip that we're seeing this morning is not really a result of microvision. It's shorts taking advantage of a terrible market day. they're going to get burned. Don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, anyway, if you want, you can hop into the Discord server. I'm going to go ahead and post a link here. Alright, so feel free to hop in the server. We've got a good little community going. We're going to just keep growing, keep learning. It's a good place. It's free, obviously, not charging anything. Just free knowledge on stock, free place to get together and talk about stock. I'm primarily covering microvision. This is my long position. I'm in 2 other trades right now, but I don't do a lot of frequent day trading like a lot of people with these Discord servers do. Although if you like day trading, feel free to ask me on any, kind of stock that you're in or whatever, and I just look at it and simply give my opinion in an educational kind of way, show you how you can chart that better for yourself. Look forward to seeing you soon. Hit that like and subscribe button as well.